At the wedding, my wife-to-be, wearing a pure white gown, walked down the aisle on the arm of her male best friend. Just as I was about to demand an explanation, her male best friend humiliated me on the spot. Sincere, Victoria agreeing to marry you is already a blessing. Victoria and I made a pact the bride and groom at each other's weddings had to be us. I looked at Victoria Bellwether beside me. She wore an arrogant expression, her tone matter-of-fact. Since you love me, you should accept everything about me. Everyone present turned to look at me. I chuckled, tore off the boutonniere labeled Groom from my chest, and directly announced the wedding was over. An hour later, Bellwether Group's partners began terminating their contracts one after another. Victoria frantically called me. My tone was calm. "Excuse me, who is this?" Chapter 1. Although I agreed to marry you, Ethan and I made a pact that the bride and groom on the wedding day had to be each other. "You don't mind, do you?" Victoria asked me this at the wedding, a smile on her face. Her male best friend Ethan Hayes looked at me, his eyes challenging. "Sincere, marrying Victoria is like hitting the jackpot. It's just a ceremony, you wouldn't be that petty, would you?" "Petty? My wedding, my bride, but the groom isn't me. What is this?" I questioned Victoria. "If the groom marrying you today isn't me, why did you accept my proposal?" Victoria looked impatient. "Didn't I tell you? Ethan and I made this agreement long ago. Do you want me to be someone who breaks her word?" Hearing this, I laughed out of anger. "So to keep your word, you disregard my feelings and publicly become another man's bride at our wedding? Then what do all my years of devotion count for? To be with Victoria, I argued with my parents countless times, even running away from home. All these years, for Victoria's sake, I poured all my energy into the Bellwether Group. While she was out shopping with her friends, I was pounding the pavement, drumming up business under the scorching sun. While she was traveling domestically and abroad, I was shielding the Bellwether Group from attacks, both overt and covert. I even secretly used my family's resources to help Bellwether Group flourish, protecting its interests in the business world. She did nothing, simply enjoying everything with a clear conscience. I didn't mind any of this because I loved her. But now, at our wedding, she humiliated me publicly. In that moment, I felt utterly like a clown. I tore off the groom boutonniere I was wearing and snatched the microphone from the officiant. "Since you want to be another man's bride, then I declare our wedding is hereby over." Sincere, Victoria's face was furious. "You were the one who proposed to me, and now you're the one calling it off. What do you take me for? And what do you take me for?" I really wanted to throw that question back at Victoria, but I held back. The answer didn't matter anymore. Ethan Hayes chimed in sarcastically from the side. "Sincere, you're supposed to be a grown man, yet you're being so petty. It's just a wedding ceremony. Is it really worth making such a fuss? You don't actually think calling off the wedding will threaten Victoria, do you? Let me tell you, Victoria doesn't love you at all. She only agreed to marry you because she pitied you. All these years you've clung to Victoria like a stray dog. It was only because Victoria is kind-hearted that she agreed to marry you." Hearing this, I turned my head to look at Victoria. She wore an arrogant expression. "That's right. You didn't actually think I truly loved you, did you? Sincere, take a good look at yourself. You just loaf around all day, doing nothing. Almost 30 and still haven't accomplished anything. You're just a good-for-nothing." She had barely finished speaking when her father, Arthur Bellwether, rushed over, beads of cold, sweat on his forehead, shouting, "You shut your mouth." Victoria was stunned, asking plaintively, "Dad, why are you shouting at me?" Arthur Bellwether shot her a fierce glare, then turned to me appeasingly. "Sincere, Victoria is just being childish. Please don't take her seriously, she really does love you. Today is your big day, with so many guests here. We can't let outsiders see us become a laughingstock. The auspicious time is almost here. Let's proceed with the wedding." I smiled. No need. The wedding is already over. Arthur Bellwether hurried over to grab my arm. "Good son-in-law." Before he could finish, Victoria snapped angrily, "Dad, If he wants to leave, let him if you hadn't pressured me back then. And if I didn't pity him, I never would have agreed to marry him. I, Victoria Bellwether, am the general manager of the Bellwether Group. A good-for-nothing like him is completely unworthy of me." I nodded seriously. "Yes, you're right. I am indeed unworthy of you." Her clique started chiming in with sneers and sarcastic remarks. At least he has some self-awareness, knowing he's not good enough for Victoria. The Bellwethers are a prestigious family, and the Bellwether Group is a major enterprise. You should be secretly overjoyed just to marry Victoria, yet you dare throw a tantrum at the wedding, acting like you're somebody important. If you're leaving, hurry up and go. Don't stand here embarrassing yourself." Before I could speak, Arthur Bellwether roared furiously. "All of you, shut up," he looked at me pleadingly. "Good son-in-law, you can't leave." As he spoke, he actually started to kneel before me. Ethan Hayes quickly ran over and stopped him. "Uncle Arthur, what are you doing? He's just a useless bum who does nothing at the company all day. The group will be better off without him." Hearing this, I laughed without me. The Bellwether Group wouldn't last a day before going bankrupt. Victoria also ran over. "Dad, I really don't understand why you value a good-for-nothing so much, even wanting to kneel to him. If you kneel to him today, you'll disgrace our Bellwether family name and the Bellwether Group." Arthur Bellwether's chest heaved violently with anger, his trembling finger pointing at Victoria and Ethan. You two." Then his eyes rolled back and he collapsed unconscious. "Dad, Uncle Arthur, Chairman." The scene immediately descended into chaos. Victoria glared at me furiously. "Sincere, if anything happens to my dad, I will never let you off the hook." I looked at her, my eyes calm. I once loved her so much, but now I only found her face repulsive. For her, I gave up easily attainable wealth and status, silently protecting her, safeguarding the Bellwether family's interests in the business world. The day she agreed to marry me, I thought my years of effort had finally paid off. Instead, what I received was humiliation from her and Ethan Hayes. "Victoria, let me ask you one last time, did you ever love me?" Victoria scoffed. "Love? Would you love a dog that has no abilities and just clings relentlessly?" I slowly nodded, feeling no disappointment. "That's good." Victoria frowned. "Sincere, have you lost your mind? I said I don't love you, and you say that's good." The corners of my mouth lifted slightly. "Because you don't love me, I'll have no reservations when dealing with the Bellwether Group later." After walking out of the wedding venue, I took out my phone and called my father. "Dad, it's over between Victoria and me. Understood. I'll make the arrangements." "Dad, My nose suddenly tingled. Back then, because of Victoria, I argued with my parents more than once, even ran away. Thinking back now, I was truly unfilial. My father interrupted me. "Let's not talk about the past anymore. When are you coming back?" "In a while. I need to settle things here." "All right." My father asked a few more concerned questions before reluctantly hanging up. Before I even got home, Victoria's call came through. She roared furiously. "Why have all the group's partners terminated their contracts? Was this your doing?" I replied nonchalantly. "Excuse me, I'm just a good-for-nothing who loafs around at Bellwether Group. Partnerships aren't my responsibility. You, Sincere, don't think you can use these tactics to force me to marry you. Let me tell you, I don't love you at all. I, Victoria Bellwether, brought the Bellwether Group to where it is today through my own abilities. Even if all partners terminate their contracts, I can still lead the Bellwether Group through this crisis." I found it amusing. "Well then, good luck to you." She really thought the Bellwether Group's success was all her doing. Without me, the company would have been swallowed up long ago. Since she thinks she's so capable, I'll just wait and see. That evening, I received a call from Arthur Bellwether. "Good son-in-law." I cut him off. "Chairman Bellwether, your daughter and I didn't get married. Please stop calling me son-in-law." Arthur Bellwether on the other end was speechless for a long moment before speaking. "Mr. Clark, I beg you, please be merciful. If you just spare the Bellwether Group, I'll bring Victoria to kneel and apologize to you first thing tomorrow morning." I chuckled. Chairman Bellwether, let's not even go there. Can you actually make decisions for Victoria? If Arthur Bellwether could control Victoria, he wouldn't have let her and Ethan Hayes humiliate me at the wedding. It's late. I need to rest. I didn't give Arthur Bellwether a chance to continue and hung up directly. The next day, just as I was about to step out for breakfast, I opened the door to find Victoria standing outside. Her eyes were bloodshot. Clearly, she hadn't slept all night. I looked at her calmly. Yes? She forced a smile. What happened at the wedding was my fault for not discussing it with you beforehand. But that's between us two. It shouldn't involve the group. Personal feelings and work must be kept separate, so I interrupted impatiently. What exactly are you trying to say? Victoria looked at me. I need your help. I looked her up and down, my tone questioning. Didn't you say you could lead the group through this crisis with your own abilities? Victoria's face flushed red. Sincere, don't think the group can't function without you. I was just thinking of giving you another chance. Don't be ungrateful. I laughed. She really knows how to flatter herself. I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't need it. By the way, did you and Ethan Hayes complete your wedding yesterday? He's your husband now. You should ask him for help. Victoria trembled with anger, pointing a finger at me. Sincere, don't you come crying to me later. I stated flatly, don't worry, that will never happen. I almost forgot to tell you, your time is running out. Victoria sneered. You think I'll believe you? We just lost some partners. If this batch is gone, there'll be another. It just means some losses, and the Bellwether Group is large enough to bear it. I smiled. It wasn't just about losing this batch of partners. It was that no one would partner with the Bellwether Group in the future. If you're so confident, why did you come looking for me? Shouldn't you be busy contacting new potential partners for Bellwether Group right now? Victoria's expression turned ugly. Just as she was about to speak, her phone rang. Ms. Bellwether, bad news. A partner called saying there are serious quality issues with our project. They're demanding compensation for breach of contract due today, or they'll take legal action. What? Victoria was aghast, then furious. How could there be quality issues with the project? Investigate, find out what happened, Ms. Bellwether. The priority now is to placate the partner. Victoria looked at me, her mouth open. I met her gaze calmly, knowing exactly what she was thinking. She wanted my help but was too proud to ask, hoping I would offer first. But the Sincere who would give his all for her and the Bellwether Group was dead. Now she and the Bellwether Group had nothing to do with me. I understand. I'll go see the partner right now. Hanging up, Victoria rushed off, shooting me a look full of resentment before leaving. I paid it no mind. The real show was just beginning. Victoria was still the same, always blaming others, never examining herself. There was a time when a single look from her would make me wonder what I'd done wrong, carefully explaining and apologizing. But those days were gone forever. Now I was reborn. Truthfully, I had a premonition back when Victoria let Ethan Hayes join the Bellwether Group, but I still held on to hope for her. Before Ethan joined, the group was united, everyone was motivated, working hard for the company's growth. After Ethan arrived, everything changed. Hard work went unrewarded, while brown-nosers climbed the ranks. I had spent years building the Bellwether Group to its current scale, but Ethan took only a month to turn the staff against the management, filling the place with complaints. I reported this to Victoria more than once. Each time, she'd sneer. Ethan has a master's degree in business administration from abroad. You think he doesn't understand management? You just hold a nominal position here, killing time. What do you know? Sometimes, when the argument got heated, she would yell at me. Sincere, I am the general manager of Bellwether Group. I call the shots here. I don't need you overstepping your bounds. Just collect your salary and coast along. I couldn't understand why she had absolutely no trust in me. Years of relationship, years of dedication, she saw it all. Just because Ethan was her male bestie, she trusted him more than me? If I hadn't wanted an answer, I would have left long ago. My father called. I've already put the word out. This time, don't be merciful. I replied I won't because my love for Victoria had completely vanished. Afterward, Bellwether Group's former partners called me one by one, asking what they should do next. Do what needs to be done. Since Bellwether Group's projects have quality issues, demand compensation. Otherwise, take legal action. After that, I drove to the Bellwether Group headquarters. How could I, the audience, miss such a big show? Inside Bellwether Group, anxiety hung thick in the air. Many employees were whispering about how long the company could last, whether they should start looking for new jobs. Sincere, you dare show your face here seeing me? Ethan looked like he'd seen a mortal enemy, his eyes bloodshot, looking ready to devour me. I smiled. Why wouldn't I dare? Neither Victoria nor Arthur Bellwether has fired me. I'm still part of the group. You still know you're part of the group, Ethan yelled at me. The partners unilaterally canceled contracts and are demanding compensation. Everyone in the group has been frantically busy since yesterday. What have you been doing? My tone was puzzled. Didn't you say I was just a good-for-nothing waste of space in the group? A good-for-nothing should do what good-for-nothings do, sleep at home. Hearing this, Ethan's face contorted with rage, and he pointed a finger at me. You... Enough. Victoria walked out of her office, staring coldly at me. Sincere, since you're here, get to work. We're short-staffed right now. She tossed a file at me. This contains the contact information and addresses of the group's partners. I don't care how you do it, but you must make them stop demanding compensation and resume cooperation with the company. Holding the file, I was stunned. Where did Victoria get the audacity to order me around like this? Did she really think I came to the group to surrender to her? Ethan glared at me. Get going. If the group doesn't survive this crisis, it's all your fault. Hearing this, I laughed out loud despite myself. I casually tossed the file onto a nearby desk and looked leisurely at Victoria and Ethan. Aren't you two a bit too confident? No, perhaps conceited is the word. Thinking everyone revolves around you, obeys your every command. Victoria frowned. Sincere, what nonsense are you spouting? Didn't you come to the group to give in? To beg me for another chance? I've given you the chance now. As long as you can get the partners to withdraw their compensation demands and cooperate with the group again, I can consider marrying you again. Huh? I gaped, looking Victoria up and down as if seeing her for the first time. Victoria, it's only today that I truly see you. Your skin is as thick as a castle wall. I really want to ask what brand of makeup you use to be able to say such shameless things. She still thought I was the Sincere who loved her to the bone, who couldn't live without her. Absolutely clueless. How could someone like this, if not born into privilege, possibly be qualified to run Bellwether Group? With this personality, even without my intervention, Bellwether Group would collapse soon enough. Looked at another way, I was actually still helping her. Sincere Victoria trembled with rage, slamming her hand on the desk. I am formally informing you now, you have completely lost any chance with me. I couldn't help but roll my eyes. Idiot, the commotion attracted the attention of nearby employees. Ethan's eyes darted around, and he sighed theatrically. Sincere, I know you're angry with Victoria, but feelings are feelings, and work is work. Look at the employees around you. Can you bear to see them lose their jobs? As soon as he spoke, the managers and supervisors he had promoted, all sycophants, began to speak up. Yeah, Sincere, you're part of the group too. Can you really bear to see the group suffer huge losses? Maybe even go bankrupt? Sincere, I just don't get it. What good does it do you if the company fails? I don't know about anything else, I just know I can't lose my job. Sincere, I'm not asking for your mercy, just asking you to show some kindness. Listening to the accusations piling up, I sneered, trying to guilt-trip me. You've got the wrong idea, and you've definitely got the wrong person. I started calling out names: Gregory Miller, Laura Davis, Wendy Harrison, Leonard Wilson. These were all hard-working employees who had been ignored by Ethan, their talents unrecognized. Today I was giving them a chance. Come with me. I guarantee you a bright future. Sincere Victoria was furious, poaching my employees right in front of me. Do you think I'm dead? I didn't even look at her. I addressed the people I had just named. The opportunity is here. Whether you seize it is up to you. With that, I turned and walked away, ignoring Victoria's enraged shouting behind me, not even glancing back. Just as I stepped out of the group building, I heard footsteps behind me. Advisor Clark will follow you. Yeah, I've had enough of Ethan Hayes for a long time. Every single person I had named came up to me. I smiled good. Rest assured, I keep my word. I will absolutely give you all a bright future. Smiles appeared on their faces. Advisor Clark, I'm a veteran employee of Bellwether Group. Others might not know, but I know clearly that Bellwether Group is where it is today entirely because of your hard work, building it up bit by bit. Victoria just holds the title of general manager but does nothing except pressure subordinates. And Ethan Hayes, he doesn't understand management at all. Ethan claims to have a master's degree in management from abroad, but we all know how much that's worth. Look at the people he promoted all got there by kissing up to him. Those of us who actually work hard are ignored. I see it clearly now. Even if I worked myself to death at Bellwether Group, I'd never get promoted. Listening to their indignant words, I patted each of them on the shoulder. Don't worry. I'm not Victoria, and I'm certainly not Ethan. I've seen how hard you all work. As long as you continue to be dedicated, I promise I won't treat any of you unfairly. I told them to go home, pack their things, and wait for my instructions. These people were elites seasoned in the business world. Rather than let another company benefit, I naturally wanted them in my fold. When I eventually inherit my family's enterprise, they would form my core team. At noon, Arthur Bellwether came to see me. His face was etched with exhaustion, the lines deepened. The moment he saw me, tears streamed down his aged face. Mr. Clark, I've wronged you. I said flatly, there's no need to ask me to spare Bellwether Group. The group exists today because of me. I'm merely taking back everything I put in. Mr. Clark, I'll kneel before you. I beg you, spare the Bellwether family this once. I'll make Victoria come and apologize to you when I get back. From now on, she can be your servant. You can treat her however you want. Seeing Arthur Bellwether kneeling before me, his wrinkled face wet with tears, I felt a twinge of unease. But remembering the humiliation Victoria and Ethan subjected me to at the wedding, my heart hardened again. Chairman Bellwether, Victoria and Ethan are the ones who did wrong. You don't need to pay for their mistakes. Mr. Clark, Arthur Bellwether started to plead again when his phone suddenly rang. Bad news, Chairman partners are sending us legal notices one after another. They've initiated legal proceedings. Thump. Arthur Bellwether's phone fell to the floor. His eyes closed and his body slumped backward. I called an ambulance and watched as Arthur Bellwether was taken away. That night, Victoria came to me crying. Hubby, I was wrong. Please save my dad, save Bellwether Group. She wept beautifully. Her exquisite makeup smudged, her eyes filled with desperation. I noticed one of her feet was bare. Surprised, I asked, did you run here? Yes, she sobbed. I ran all the way from the hospital. The doctors say Dad is on the brink of death. Hubby, only you can save him now. I'm begging you. She grabbed my hand, pleading pitifully. I'll do anything you ask. Saying this, she reached up to unbutton her blouse. I stopped her, saying coolly, Excuse me, who might you be? What does your father's critical condition have to do with me? Victoria looked at me in disbelief. Hubby, what are you saying? Sorry, you have the wrong person. I'm not your husband, and I certainly can't save your father. Sincere, do you really want to push me to my death? Victoria screamed at me, her expression filled with grief and indignation. My face remained calm. The person pushing you to your death is yourself, not me. In this relationship, I was always the one giving unilaterally. Victoria took everything for granted and even humiliated me publicly at the wedding with her male bestie. In that moment, my heart died completely. I never owed her anything. It was she, the Bellwether family, and the Bellwether Group who owed me a great deal. Therefore, I felt no sympathy for them, nor would I be magnanimous enough to forgive them like some saint. On the wedding day, I had asked Victoria if she had ever loved me. Her answer, "Would you love a dog?" If she had shown even a shred of love for me in her answer, I would have left a path open for her, for the Bellwethers, and for the Bellwether Group. But she didn't just a dog. What despairing sarcasm. Victoria pleaded again. "If you won't help, that's fine. Can you just let me meet with the group's partners?" Just once I refused coldly. "You overestimate me. I don't know them." Victoria completely broke down, screaming in despair. "Sincere, can you be this heartless? What good does it do you if Bellwether Group collapses? It didn't really benefit me. I didn't care about Bellwether Group's meager assets, but it made me feel better. My peace of mind is priceless, and resolving this grudge is what matters most." After that, I paid no more attention to Victoria or Bellwether Group and went straight home, because the question that had long puzzled me finally had an answer. Victoria didn't love me. That's why she trusted Ethan more than me, why she was blind to my contributions. A month later, my secretary, Isabel Moreau, sent me a live stream link. "President, take a look at this." The screen showed a funeral in progress. Isabel explained beside me, "Arthur Bellwether of Bellwether Group passed away last week. This is the live stream of his funeral." I remained indifferent. Arthur Bellwether wasn't entirely innocent regarding my relationship with Victoria. Although he respected me, it was only because of my status. More crucially, he knew Victoria and Ethan were close but didn't intervene. If he had firmly stepped in as a father, Victoria and Ethan would never have dared to humiliate me publicly at the wedding. "Why is his funeral being live-streamed?" I asked. Isabel replied, "His daughter Victoria requested it. The specific reason isn't clear yet." I couldn't believe it, live-streaming her own father's funeral. What was Victoria planning? I soon found out. In the live stream, Victoria clutched Arthur Bellwether's urn, sobbing hysterically. "Sincere, are you watching? If you are, then look closely. Look at my father's ashes. Doesn't your conscience bother you? Years ago, when you had nowhere to go, it was my dad who took you in, made you an advisor to the group, and pressured me to marry you. He showed you great kindness, and how did you repay him? You watched him die in the hospital. You clearly had the power to save him, but you remained cold-hearted and indifferent. Sincere, today is my father's funeral, yet you don't even show your face. Let me ask you, is your heart made of stone?" Watching Victoria sobbing hysterically on the live stream, accusing me vehemently, I felt a surge of anger alongside my disbelief. She was live-streaming Arthur Bellwether's funeral just to ruin my reputation? Was she even fit to be called a daughter? Ethan knelt beside Victoria, recounting my supposed misdeeds at Bellwether Group word by word. He claimed that I used my advisor status to throw my weight around, meddling in everything despite knowing nothing about management, causing internal chaos and widespread complaints. Hearing this, I couldn't help but chuckle. What a masterful reversal of the truth, but the uninformed netizens believed it all. "Ungrateful snake, Sincere, why don't you just die?" Pfft. Calling him an ungrateful snake is too kind. He's simply heartless. Don't insult wolves and dogs, even animals are better than him. A flood of vile comments filled the screen. Isabel looked at me cautiously. "President, should we counterattack?" I smiled. No need counterattacking now, would play right into Victoria and Ethan's hands. As long as they insisted I caused Arthur Bellwether's death and didn't attend the funeral, enraged netizens wouldn't listen to my explanations. No rush. Let things ferment for a while. When the netizens' anger cools and they can think more rationally, that will be the right time to strike back. Find out exactly where the quality issues in Bellwether Group's projects originated. Gather evidence. Yes, sir, my lack of response emboldened Victoria and Ethan. They frequently went live to denounce my actions, painting me as the ultimate villain. The online clamor against me grew louder. "Sincere, come out. Sincere got the guts to do it, but not the guts to admit it. Sincere, you're worse than a dog." But as time passed, some netizens regained their senses. Why would Sincere do this? Yeah, people usually have reasons for doing things, right? He can't just be purely evil, can he? Such voices grew online. I decided it was time and instructed Isabel to arrange a press conference. On that day, Victoria and Ethan showed up, furiously denouncing me in front of all the reporters. Sincere, you finally appeared. I thought you were going to hide like a coward forever. Sincere, Uncle Arthur was so good to you, yet you ungrateful snake, repaid kindness with malice. Go kneel at Uncle Arthur's grave and confess your wrongs. I watched them with a cold smile. Such audacity, daring to come even though they knew I was holding a press conference. Since they wanted public disgrace so badly, I would oblige them. The reporters fired questions. I gestured for silence and had Isabel play the video from the wedding day. Regarding everyone's questions, you'll understand after watching this video. As the video played, Victoria and Ethan's past words echoed one by one. Since you love me, you should accept everything about me. Victoria doesn't love you at all, she only pitied you. Would you love a dog? The reporters were dumbfounded. Netizens watching the live stream were outraged, forcing another man to be the groom at the wedding and humiliating him publicly. My fists are clenched just watching this. Those despicable dogs, I wish I could jump through the screen and tear them apart. Sincere has incredible restraint. If it were me, I would have destroyed them on the spot. Victoria looked flustered, trying to bluster. Even if I was wrong, you should have dealt with me. Why did you let Dad die? He was so good to you, never did anything to wrong you. I sneered. You should ask yourself and Ethan Hayes beside you. I took the evidence Isabel handed me. Why did Bellwether Group's projects have quality issues? It's all recorded here, transaction by transaction. Ethan, dare you say you don't know? Victoria snapped her head around, her eyes wide with disbelief. Ethan's face turned pale. He tried to bluff. Sincere, stop slandering me. What do the quality issues at Bellwether Group have to do with me? I smiled. I knew you wouldn't admit it, but it doesn't matter. You can explain it to the police. As I finished speaking, several plainclothes officers pushed open the doors of the conference hall and presented their badges to Ethan. You are suspected of embezzling public funds. Please come with us to assist in the investigation. Ethan's legs gave out, and he collapsed onto the floor. At last, the truth was revealed. Ethan, exploiting Victoria's trust, had not only accepted kickbacks, but also embezzled public funds from Bellwether Group's projects. A week later, the court heard the case and sentenced Ethan to 30 years in prison. That night, Victoria came to me, weeping. Hubby, I only now realize how terribly wrong I was. Dad is dead, the group is bankrupt. All I have left is you. I smiled faintly. Miss Bellwether, are you perhaps mistaken about something? You and I no longer have any relationship. With that, I got into my car, leaving Victoria crying despairingly on the spot. Life is like that. You can't undo your mistakes. Everyone must pay the price for their errors. I spoiled Victoria excessively, leading to my humiliation at the wedding. Victoria trusted Ethan excessively, acting recklessly, leading to her family's ruin and her father's death. As it was for me, so it was for her.